In the early 2010s, the mobile app store was a digital Wild West. The barriers to entry were low, meaning any solo developer with a half-decent idea could code a game on a weekend and reach hundreds of millions of players overnight. One of those developers was Dong Nguyen. By day, the 28-year-old programmed taxi GPS units. By night, he built simple video games from his parents' modest home in Hanoi, Vietnam, a world away from the venture capital boardrooms of Silicon Valley. In the spring of 2013, Nguyen spent about 3 evenings after work putting together a hyper-simple one-handed game. The premise was basic: tap the screen to fly up, stop tapping to fall, and don't hit the green pipes. He called it Flappy Bird. He released it free, supported by a tiny banner ad. And for months, nothing happened. Downloads sat at practically zero, and it looked to be another forgotten project in a crowded market. This kind of quiet failure was standard for the era. Most weekend projects fade into obscurity, but that long silence masked an explosive shift that was about to hit the internet. This chart shows Flappy Bird's release timeline. After a months-long flatline, in January 2014, it spiked vertically, hitting #1 globally. With 50 million downloads by February, that tiny banner ad pulled massive weight, earning Nguyen a reported $50,000 daily. There was no clear catalyst for this rise. No massive marketing push or celebrity tweet kicked it off. Even gaming influencers like PewDiePie, who many credit with starting the frenzy, only made videos about the game after it was already a global phenomenon. Then, at the peak of its cultural dominance, Nguyen did the unthinkable. He posted a brief apology on Twitter, told his players he couldn't take it anymore, and permanently deleted the game from the store. In an industry designed to relentlessly scale user bases and squeeze every last drop of profit out of a hit, pressing the kill switch on $50,000 a day went against every established rule of the app economy. The internet lost its mind. People began hoarding their devices, and opportunistic sellers rushed to eBay, listing smartphones with Flappy Bird still installed for 5-figure asking prices. Nguyen stated the game was simply too addictive and causing him stress, but the public refused to accept that explanation. To a tech culture obsessed with growth, there had to be a hidden motive, birthing a wave of cynical conspiracies. The most popular rumor was the Nintendo lawsuit. Looking at the identical color palettes and the derivative green pipes, millions of people assumed the gaming giant had hit Nguyen with a covert legal threat to protect Super Mario. But Nintendo broke their usual corporate silence to explicitly deny this. A company spokesperson stated that they were taking no legal action against the game's creator. With the most logical corporate explanation out the window, the public searched for darker, more deceptive reasons to explain why someone would walk away from a literal goldmine. The suspicion shifted to the download spike itself. Skeptics argued Nguyen must have orchestrated a massive bot campaign to inflate his App Store rankings, and then deleted the game when he realized he was about to be caught. Apple, however, has rigorous App Store monitors. They allowed the game to run for months without issue, and despite the accusations, no evidence of a bot campaign ever surfaced. Then came the PR stunt theory. Commentators speculated that pulling the app was a calculated move to create artificial scarcity, generate free press, and set up a profitable re-release down the line. If that was the plan, it was a failure. Nguyen never sold the rights to the highest bidder, and he never brought the original app back online to cash in. He just left the money on the table. The final major conspiracy involved stolen assets. In 2011, a French developer created a flash game called Pew Pew, featuring a suspiciously familiar yellow bird navigating green obstacles. While the visual similarities are hard to ignore, this was never proven to be the cause of the deletion. Since every profit-driven, cynical explanation eventually hit a dead end, understanding why Nguyen walked away means looking past the balance sheet and into the human cost of virality. The truth was exactly what Nguyen originally claimed. He was an introverted developer whose quiet life hadn't prepared him for the sudden, toxic side effects of viral fame. His life changed in a way he never wanted. Paparazzi stalked his parents' house in Vietnam, his inbox filled with racist abuse, and the internet began circulating stories that were entirely invented, like a viral satirical article claiming a Chicago teen had stabbed his brother over a Flappy Bird high score. People recorded themselves destroying their phones in frustration over the game's difficulty. Because Nguyen had struggled with video game addiction as a child, seeing these physical manifestations of anger deeply affected him. As someone whose first language wasn't English, he took the trolling at face value. He read messages from strangers claiming his app was ruining their marriages and getting their children to fail school, and he internalized that guilt. Flappy Bird wasn't deleted because of a looming lawsuit or a grand master plan. It was amputated by its creator as a necessary measure to protect his own sanity from a digital contagion. A decade later, the tech industry finally got its hands on the property. Nguyen allowed his trademark to lapse, and a third party spent years navigating a legal process to scoop up the Flappy Bird name. In 2024, they announced a revival of the game, complete with cryptocurrency integration and NFTs. Nguyen immediately disavowed the project, clarifying he had nothing to do with what amounted to a crypto play. This recent cash grab stands in contrast to Nguyen's original actions. Today, almost all modern mobile apps are designed to be engagement-optimized slot machines, built from the ground up to trap attention and drain wallets through microtransactions. Flappy Bird's legacy rests in that final choice. It serves as a rare reminder that even in an industry built for infinite growth, an individual can still choose a quiet life and hit the exit button.